What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today we're going over a deck profile. This is Fire King post Phantom Nightmare. This is going to be a crazy deck. Some people are saying even tier 0. I don't think so personally myself. There's lots of the options that you guys can play, featuring Lab and then Snake Eye, stuff like that. Fire King is definitely a good option though, with the new release of Popular as well as the Fire King Princess. Before we dive into the like, comment, subscribe. If this video gets to 50 likes, I'll do a combo video on this deck. So make sure you let me know in the comment section down below what else you guys want to be seeing. I'll be featuring some of the options as well. Before we dive in, don't forget to like the video, and yeah. So we're going to be playing 2 Garunix. I know this is a hot take. A lot of people are playing only 1 Garunix now. The reason why I'm playing 2 is because the card's called Soul Release. So I'm actually worried this card's going to get hit all the time with like DD Crow and other stuff like that, as well as having multiple options because it with a runic card. So I just really want to have that secondary option of having it be able to add back or have another copy in the hand. Like, it's never really horrible to search. Droll is going to be very prominent in the metagame now. So, if you have your Fire King Island, you already have it, you can destroy a card, and then you can just summon it out and then can destroy from the deck, which is really nice. Very important that you are playing multiple copies, I think. For now, I know a lot of players are still playing one of it, which is fine. I just would like to see it. And then we're on the High Kieran. So this card's still crazy. It helps you dodge all your targeting negates. It's a fire, lets you move stuff out, and if it's destroyed, you can summon out and destroy one as well, which is really nice. You guys all know this is your Shavara of the deck. Then we're playing the 1 Arvada. This is your monster negate, and then the 1 Ponix. Really crazy rolling on 1. I want to kind of bump it up to 2, but 1 just feels like the perfect ratio now because this is not your best normal summon. Neither is Arvada. We're moving on kind of against the Fire Kings now. So bumping that engine down to keep it a little compact and to move on to the more important engine. The more important engine is Snake Eye Ash. So Snake Eye Ash has the ability to be able to search for a level 1 fire, which is going to be either your copy of the Ponix or the new guy, Populous. So Populous is a 2-of in this deck as well. I'm going to be able to search off this and then obviously get to special summon him out. Then you can activate the effect. Populous is going to be triggering, getting the effect and setting you a copy of Origins. And then you can get Ash to go for Flamebirch. And then you can activate Origins to send and then obviously get your copy of this from the deck. And this gets a search, having all your options there. So just having multiple buys on the field, which is really nice. And so we're only playing 2 Populous. You don't want to see it at all in your opening hand. It is a normal summon, I guess you can. But we're playing essentially 6 normal summons. 6.5 with Oak. Oak is the worst normal summon of your deck, absolutely. And yes, you could debate normal summoning with the Arvada is fine. But Oak is horrible, but it is an extender. I know some people are not playing it. I think that it definitely is mandatory still playing it at 1. Which is really nice. You're able to bring back your Populous, and then you can go for Link material. It's not really bad at all, even going in the grind game, being able to normal summon it, getting the effect, summoning this out, or even summoning your Ash. Then Ash can search for your second Populous. And then you're able to do all our combos with Link material, which is really nice. And then we are playing the 1 copy of Flamebirch, as well as the double Diabellstar. I'm a huge fan of double Diabellstar. I know some people are only playing it at 1, but I think that, with the copy of Garunix, I don't really hate seeing it. And as well as, if it gets banished, the grind game really hurts. So, it's really important. And then, of course, your Flamebird, you don't need to play multiple copies of it. It really gets added back with the copies of Sunlight Wolf, as well as, being able to, summon stuff out. This is important because you can actually put your copies of IP, or you can put a copy of Arvada on the Spell and Trap card zone, which is really nice, and summon it back out. There's lots of different plays you can do. You can also play around Nib with copies of putting Ash on the Spell and Trap card zone, which is really nice. But yeah, and then Diabellstar is Diabellstar. Not much to explain there. Now for the hand traps, this is going to be a little bit repetitive, I suppose. We're playing the 3 Ash Blossom, the 2 Bell, the 3 Droll and Lockbirds, and then the 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. So I know there's a lot of talk going on about how people are not going to be playing Ash because of this deck and Snake Eye. So the reason why people are cutting away from Ash and wanting to play cards like Valor is because of Hita going to be very prevalent in the combo. And this deck can play through Ash. A lot of the times if you just Ash the field spell, it doesn't hurt them that much. You hit Ash the field spell, and the first thing they do is normal summon out Snake Eye Ash, and then they just do everything that way. So there's definitely cards that does hurt. But this is just so good. You don't want to be having Branded or Labyrinth going to be run loose, as well as if you end up hitting a good card, yes, obviously, hitting Island is really important. But I think if you end up saving this for a copy of Origins, a lot of the times they end up struggling to get through that. You're early trading a 2-for-1, which is really nice. Obviously, you know, they do get to send a lot of the times for the populace from the spell and trap card zone, but they're still getting rid of that origin to not kill them with that additional search, which just helps you out a lot. Droll's crazy this format. You guys are going to be seeing this in everyone's main deck. Being able to shut this deck down, as well as Snake Eye and other decks as well. I'm definitely going to be struggling against it. And then Infinite Impermanence is a card that, you know, stops those, it doesn't get hit with talent. So like the best hand trap of the format currently are these two for sure. And then I wanted to figure out what really is going on. So I ended up playing Ash because, of course, this deck has fires you can destroy it with. You can also add it back with Sunlight Wolf. And then Bells is really good against Labyrinth as well as this deck. You know, being able to hit a Flamberge is quite impactful, which is really nice. You can definitely play Talents or a Veiler if you wanted to, but it's against all personal choice. And this is like a basis what you guys can focus on. Now for the spells, we are playing the 2 Island and then the 1 Sanctuary. You don't need really more than that. You really are cutting down on the Sanctuaries now because you're really not going to be summoning Garunix at all. The big one, I should say. And of course, you know, you still play 2 Island. You definitely need that second copy. Yes, you're kind of really playing 3. Then we are playing the Skyburn. I know a lot of players like, I'm cutting this card. I don't want to play this anymore. This is a searchable out for cards like Island or whatever else you want. And you can really control what you are popping. So if your opponent has a bunch of stuff, you can actually pop at the right time and really punish the player against like the combos. Obviously, if they have Prominent Princess, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. If it's destroyed and then you have Ample Whale in the graveyard, it's going to do some stuff. But it is really good in the hands of a right player. So that's why I'm playing it still. I think it's also really good like in the grind game when people don't expect it, you know, being able to pop a normal summon. The normal summon Ash, activate the effect, search for Populace, you end up popping it. What are they going to do with that, really? Now for the spells, we are going to be following it up with the Wanted engine. We are playing the Wanted and the Snake Eye. Not much to say about this. This card is probably the most wanted card right now in the format. And then obviously your Origins gets you your stuff. Snake Eye, level 1s, whatever you want. You get multiple searches of it. We all know what these cards do. We're playing the 1 for 1. It's that 1. It also gets us to our Ash, Populace, copy of Ponix. Gets you the, whatever it's called, the green one. Whatever you really want, it gets you to it. And this card is like a second copy of the Origins, which is why we play it. And then we are playing the 3 Bonfires. I know this card is still a proxy. Mine are still in the mail. Hopefully getting that before the end of the week. The mail is being a little bit slow right now with the snow here, but still very nice. And then we're going to be searching for Populace off of this. You know, you guys know how it is. If you already have Populace in the hand, you can search for Ash or whatever, normal summon Ash. It's just a consistency card. And then for the 40th card, we are playing Call with the Grave because Droll kills this deck. And if we want to be able to open it, hit a Droll just feels very nice. That's it for an even 40. Now moving on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we are playing still the 1 Garunix. A lot of people have cut this card out completely. I think that's just like wrong, I want to say. I really do enjoy this card still, and I don't find the extra deck is that tight that I want to be able to just like, okay, goodbye. So definitely want to keep that in and then be able to like use for Kieran as well as like Garunix to go into this, blow up the field, and getting rid of the spells and traps can come up as well, which is really nice. You know, but you don't have to play it if you don't want to. It's just up to you guys. Then for the links, we are playing the Link Karibo. This is the only level 1 we are playing. I really did want to fit in the Relinquish Anima, but I found myself really wanting to use the Garunix over the Relinquish Anima, so that's why I'm only playing one of these. Then we are playing the IP plus SP. You guys all know how this works. You make this, you put this in your Flamebridge, or Flamebridge summons this out, and then you get your effect. You enter either an SP or your copy of the Appaloosa. Then you're playing the Dark Charmer and the Hita, best card of the format right here. Then we are playing the copy of Sunlight Wolf and the Decode Talker. You could absolutely cut this and play some other cards. I'm just really enjoying, you know, getting that additional search. You don't have Barong anymore to be able to search for your copy of the Kieran. So having to like play more resourceful and just drawing into your hand traps or drawing into a Kieran just feels absolutely nice. And it also is able to reborn out with the Amphil Whale, which is really cool. Then we're playing the Prominent Princess. You could absolutely play 2 of these, but I am choosing to opt to play the Decode Talker instead. In the grind game, this comes up a lot. Soul Release also really hurts this. You're going to be able to banish it right away, and they don't have anything to do against that. Now for IP targets, we are playing the Appaloosa as well as the Amphil Whale. This card is really good right now, which is going to be absolutely crazy. So make sure you are paying attention to this card. I'm going to be able to be in the graveyard. You know, a lot of times you'll be summoning it off the Princess will summon it out. You'll link away into the Amphil Whale, and the Amphil Whale will be able to, when it's destroyed or whatever, it's going to be able to summon out a level 3 or a link 3. It can be the princess or it can be the heat soul, really whatever you want. And then you get like pops, or you can summon out the sunlight wolf. And then obviously when they summon something out, you go pop, pop. This is going to be banishing and then blows up the card. Lots of stuff you can do with this, so be really careful when you are playing against it. Now we are playing the Zelantis as well as the Raging Phoenix. A lot of players have cut this as well. I think it's still mandatory. I really do enjoy the OTK. And then we are still playing the other OTK line, the Access Code and the Solemn. You play lots of spells you guys did not realize, and then you can always summon this out using your copies of the Hita. Normally you're not playing a deck. If you're playing against a deck and you can't go into these, the game's gone wrong. So, you know, being able to summon these out, go for this, go for Access Code. Access Code plus Garunish is just game. Access Code plus Kieran's just game. You know, a lot of stuff. Even just like, a lot of times your Access Code and any other link monsters can just be able to OTK you, which is really important. Just having those easy lines just helps you win games that you really just shouldn't. Moving on to the side deck, of course, this is all up to personal preference, depending on your locals. We're playing the 3 Nibiru's. I think this is very standard. If you're not playing it in the main deck, you have to play it in the side deck. We are in a very heavy hand trap format, so we are still playing the talents. You guys are going to be seeing that a lot of the side decks are going to look very the same if their cards are not in the main deck. So obviously talents is not in our main deck, therefore we're playing it in the side deck. We are also playing the 2 Cosmic as well as the 1 Duster. I think this card is going to actually start being main decked, which is absolutely incredible when you think about it that way. Being able to hit, like, for example, the Origins, or even be able to hit like a field spell, blowing up their entire field just feels absolutely amazing. You're going to standby phase. Yes, you still have to deal with the Princess as well as if you had left an Anvil Whale on the field, but no really cards can out, like, single-handedly one out those cards, which is why you're not playing it. And then for the other card, we are playing Soul Release. So if you guys haven't read this card, you definitely should be. It says target up to 5 cards in any graveyard, banish them. And the words are up to. So a lot of times you'll have like this, let's say this, Garunix in the graveyard, whatever. A lot of times let's go Soul Release during the standby phase. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and like whatever else that they have. If you have like a Flame Birch or whatever, you know, getting rid of all those cards are really important, because like if you're only playing 1 Garunix, your Garunix is now gone. If you're only playing 1 Princess, your Princess is gone. You're also losing the Interruption. Your Link Rubo makes your boards weaker, and the thing is, like, it's not just like if you look at it, like Link Rubo is probably not the best hit, but the thing is when you're hitting 5 cards out of the graveyard, you're able to hit those cards that just do the most impact. Like with DD Crow, you have to choose which poison you want to be able to take. Like if you take out a Garunix or you take out a Princess. But when you're choosing 5, you can just get rid of those cards like Link Rebo, as well as hitting all the rest of them. Is like, yes, it's not the most impactful, but it makes it so that your Imperms, your Veilers, whatever other target negates that you have, you're not able to dodge that when you're playing Link Rebo. So really important to play against Soul Release, and also really good against this deck. It's really good against Labyrinth as well, and a bunch of other random rogue matchups that care about the graveyard. So it's important. It even hurts a lot of players. If it was a quick effect, this card would be absolutely broken. I think it'd be bannable. But like this just is really good. So make sure you guys are playing around it and picked up your copies before obviously the card to drop. Sneak peek is releasing this weekend. So it's important to note. And then we are playing the last copy of Bell and the 2 Kurikaras just to finish it off for a 15-card side deck. There's not much I would change about this. You know, there's obviously options you can play. Origins is searching this, which I think is just really good. It's also a fire. The Bells, just because if you're playing against like copies of this deck, or you're playing against Labyrinth, it's good to have. You know, there's multiple copies of Big Welcome is quite brutal. But like Soul Release is going to be the MVP of this format. I think if you guys are definitely playing, you're going to be seeing most likely these run around everywhere. So if you guys have any other comments, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace. Have a nice day.